Okay, we're back, Alfonso. Now, what I would like to know is about your startup and how you can help writers maybe get a foot in the door and maybe not have to do it. But I think what you did was fantastic. But let's say some people don't have that opportunity.
Well, I've started the Adept Writer about 2 months ago, and since that time, my initial strategy was to go to the popular social networking site Tumblr
Okay.
and connect with other writers there and just follow their pages and see if someone would be interested in it. And I amassed about 500 followers on Tumblr in a period of a week or so.
Oh, that's good.
And thanks. And and what I've been doing the last 4 weeks is putting out weekly literary journals where anyone can send in any work, and I'll accept it. There's no sort of arbitrary standard of what my own personal biased interpretation of what is good literature or any other editors would decide. I will publish anything, and if it's good enough, I'm hoping that if people share on their social media feeds, if they tell their friends, if they tell their families, and they get the word out through word of mouth and through social networking, this could be something that people would really pay attention to and that people would come to as their sort of go-to stop to see the best of free writing and just and sample many writers. And my hope with this is that it will lead to connections with different publishing houses and agents, and that they will use the publishing houses and agents will use this as a basically kind of a farm system to find the new talent and find out who is being getting a good response from readers.
Right. Because see, I always thought of writing when I was growing up. My father was a writer.
Yes.
But because he lived during the time of Jim Crow,
Yes.
you know that they only had one writer at a time, and one, James Baldwin or whoever there was, right? And during the Harlem Renaissance, you only could have one.
Yes.
And my father was he was old enough to be my grandfather, so we're talking about the 30s and 40s and 50s.
Yes.
Okay, but he wrote because he said no matter what.
Yes.
He said he had to write. So one of my main memories when I was a child is that I would go to bed and I could hear him typewriting.
Yes.
Writing by the typewriter until, I don't know, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then he would go to bed for 2 or 3 hours and then get up again and then, go to work.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that your startup is allowing people who the publishers maybe originally would not look at.
Yes.
And the first thing they see is the person's writing, not the person.
Yes.
And then they see the person.
Yes.
And that allows them to get through the door. So you're allowing people who normally probably would never get through the door to get through the door.
Absolutely. I feel that not everyone has the money for an MFA or even a bachelor's in creative writing. Not everyone has the cultural capital to even be able to go into and meet with publishers.
I love that cultural capital. Yeah. Excellent.
To meet with publishers or to meet with agents or to have a strong enough social network that they can easily land these things. What I want to do is just basically have a meritocracy. If your work is good enough, I want publishers, I want agents to swoop in, because if you've proved yourself on this site, if you've proved yourself on the internet,
where else? That's the world. Okay. I want to give one more segment. I know it's going to only be 3, but this time I want to give one more segment because I would like to finish this discussion.
All right.